Now, Greg, let's do the big reveal. What's going on in Charlotte? What are you doing?
Okay, yeah, so this is my own personal investment thesis that I'm sharing with everybody because there's plenty of property to go around. So we just talked a moment ago about how Charlotte is a winning city just because of the macro migration coming into it. So now, once you've chosen an MSA, a metropolitan area, where do you go within that MSA to actually place your bet? Notice, by the way, I haven't even talked about which house I'm buying yet. That comes last. And what I do is buy the nicest one I can afford. I don't try to find a deal. People hear that and they say, oh, he's crazy. I'm finding the deal by finding what I'm going to describe now, which is a market that's a deal. I named my company Own America because that's what I think you're doing when you buy property in this country. And so finding the nuance of which town, neighborhood, school district within the MSA of Charlotte is the winner. So here's what I found. If you look at Charlotte as a holistic thing, okay, picture a map of Charlotte with the typical highway ring around it, right? We've got the two highways, the inside beltway, the outside beltway. Mm-hmm. And usually as you get further and further away from any metro area center, the prices get cheaper and cheaper. Of the four different directions, north, east, west, and south, the one that is the last of the four to really develop and get expensive is due west. So I'm looking at this thing, I'm looking at 9 o'clock, right? So looking at Charlotte Central, and I go due west, and out to the west is a town called Gastonia. It's in Gaston County. So Gastonia is the anchor, maybe 30 minutes, 25 miles due west of downtown Charlotte, which we call uptown Charlotte. I don't know why. So there's my anchor. I've got the city center here, and then 30 miles to the west, I've got Gastonia. Now, along the way, directly, there is 3 steps on the way out there. Each of the steps I found extra lift. So the first step is right near the uptown city area. These are low-income areas, so they're very inexpensive properties, very strong rental demand, and that's where Amazon is now building their massive distribution center. Not one of the headquarters, okay? This is a distribution center. 2,500 jobs, okay? We went there. We eyeballed it. I saw the construction happening. So I did my drive from uptown Charlotte to the neighborhood. That neighborhood is going to gentrify, and there's going to be a massive demand from the employees of that Amazon facility. It's right near the airport. So typical of airport property, it's cheaper. There's planes flying overhead. It winds up being a little bit of a beaten down priced neighborhood that I think is going to catch fire. So I'm going to buy rental property there. I'm going to get a higher than normal yield because the prices are so low, but I'm also going to get an outsized appreciation because of the influence of Amazon. So that's lift. Now I take the next step, halfway to Gastonia. So my 30-mile stretch from uptown to Gastonia, halfway there is a town called Belmont. Belmont, North Carolina is super quaint. All right? We went there. We had coffee at the coffee shop. I talked to the waitress. By the way, when I went to the Amazon facility, I tried to drive through the security gates. Security guard came out and chased me down. I spoke to her for a while. I was glad she didn't tase me, but I was able to ask her what's going on with
that
the
would
show.
not have been a good look. I don't do CPR and Greg Rand. That's not like my thing.
Yeah, if I had gotten tased on video, it would have been the first viral video that I've been looking for with 1 million views, though. In fact, I may taunt that next time and see if I can get tased.
That's right.
But I'm eyeballing, right? This is the research I want people to be thinking about doing is go out and actually verify. Do all your research like I talk about with data and macro trend analysis. Then hop in the car and go take a look and verify things for yourself. So I went to this town. I had lunch at the cafe. I talked to the waitress. I walked the town. And I saw the site of the train station, which right now is very tiny. It's an old school train station. No passenger trains are stopping there. But the light rail to uptown Charlotte is now being planned where they're planning to put a light rail station right in the middle of, right in downtown Belmont, okay? So if we get a train station there, that's a 15 to 20 minute light rail ride to uptown Charlotte to the Bank of America Tower. You just got more lifts, okay? So you've got Amazon on the way out there. So Belmont's going to benefit from the Amazon facility also. But now all of a sudden commuter rail comes to town. That changes the entire game. Now it's not a done deal yet. So I need to go and read the planning board meeting minutes or show up at the planning board, sit in the back and listen. I want to be the guy that finds out the minute they drop the gavel and approve that train station. I want to know because I'm going to buy everything I can. I think it's going to happen, but I'm still doing my research. So again, original research being done that puts me in a position to know something that maybe But if they do approve that, and before the newspaper writes about it, I may be one of 15 people that are aware of it in the world, okay, of a train station coming in. So there's Belmont. Now I go another 10 minutes further out, all the way to Gastonia. Why is Gastonia cheaper than the other towns the same distance away from uptown Charlotte in the Charlotte metro area? Because it's kind of banged up. So you drive through Gastonia. It's a cute town. It's a quaint town, but 2 out of every 5 stores are vacant. All right, but here's what I noticed. The stores are vacant, but they don't say for sale. They say for rent, and they've been renovated. So somebody's gotten there ahead of me and is now buying up the retail stops, the retail shops and stores along this main drag in Gastonia. All right, if they all said for sale, it would be earlier because the owners are trying to get out. They all say for rent, and they've been renovated, so new people have bought them. They put some money into them. Now they're trying to bring in the breweries, the restaurants, the antique stores, and all the things that make that a vibrant downtown. Now, I'm not buying retail real estate on the main drag. I'm buying single-family homes less than a mile away. That's my play, right? The reason why I mean, as sexy as it is to own one of those downtown things, I'm not crazy about, we just talked about Amazon, right? Retail is dying a bit of a slow death. Now, really cool retail, hip retail, experiential retail, always going to be a place for that, but that's not my thesis, okay? My thing is population growth. I'm a very simple guy. So when that town is, now that town has turned the corner, and a lot of people are putting money into refurbing these downtown shops, they're going to bring in cool lifestyle type businesses. Now the real estate around it, I think, is going to go up the way it would, but I think it's going to equalize with the other towns that are as far away from uptown Charlotte as Gastonia is, but are more expensive. So a house that costs $150 in Gastonia right now would cost you $185 or $200 in Huntersville, which is due north, or $175 in Concord, which is northeast, or $325 south of Charlotte, right? So this is the same house, is cheaper in Gastonia, and not only do we get lift by virtue of the town being gentrified, but it has the potential to equalize with other properties that are like it in other markets around the city. So it's cheaper for a reason. That reason's being remedied, and now I think it's going to catch up. So I'm buying 2 properties by the Amazon facility real close to the city, 2 properties in Belmont where the train station is going, and 2 properties in Gastonia. That's my investment thesis for 2019.
So I used to invest in Charlotte, and I drove by Gastonia all the time, right? All the time. That's how you get into Charlotte. And I never thought that to be a town or a city where there would be a lot of development. But you're right. As you head west, there's just been more and more and more and more development. But I was too focused on development in Charlotte, in Noda, for example. Huge fan of the North Davidson area right there. I used to go to the Amelie's downtown. That was also a lot of fun. But, I mean, I'll tell you, I like that strategy. It's one of the same strategies I'm using even in Alabama. We're taking a look at Huntsville, for example. A lot of great news coming out of Huntsville. And now some small neighborhoods and suburbs around Huntsville are on fire. And by on fire, I mean you can pick up property between $100,000 and $150,000 that will rent. The same thing in Montgomery. We did a Power Play show, Power Play Think Realty episode about Montgomery, and we said, guess what? Blue City, Red State. And we're seeing that lift, and we're seeing the fact that it is a military town. So a lot of these things, if I'm listening to this and I'm wondering how can I implement this in my city, in my state, well, look for cities that are on the up and up. Any big major news announcements, you can go to Google, set up an alert saying Montgomery News or Montgomery City approves. Set up these filters, set up these alerts, and all of a sudden you'll be the first to know whenever something comes out. And then follow the news and dominate the market. Greg, always fun right here on the Power Plant Think Realty Radio. So much fun, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You got it.